Hello everyone and welcome to round 3 back 9 coverage, the 2023 PCS Open presented by Innova. We're here, 9 holes left, the finale. BigBarri commentary bringing you all the action here from Øverås Diskgolfpark. We got a 2-horse race.
Yeah, we do. I mean, very surprising to see what happened on the front 9. If you haven't watched it, no spoilers, get back there, check it out. I think you will be surprised as well. Look at these scores, see how they got here. I mean, McBeth putting on a little heater on the front 9, but not to be outdone. James Proctor, 6 under. That's what we said is like the mark if you want to win the tournament.
That's
7
a good
to
number.
6. So we look down below. Calvin, he's 5 back with his game. You can't really count him out just yet, especially because this back nine has a lot of stroke separators.
Talk about stroke separators right here, hole 10, par 3, 364 feet, and it just weaves through the woods. You've had funny names for it all week, and I'll just call it a very tricky line. I think that they're close to a really outstanding technical hole here. I think that they're not quite there yet, but let's see if these guys can navigate themselves to a birdie putt. That's really about as good as a hyzer is going to get.
Yeah, without an anti-skip, that's as good as it's going to do.
And that's usually you don't see the anti-skip, but it is possible. James pulling that one wide right, but skipping back into position. He's actually got probably 55 feet in for the birdie.
It looked like he caught a little bit on that right side, and it gave him a good kick. I like this.
Yeah.
Penetrating low hyzer. This has a chance to get the anti-skip, and it kind of gets that pushing. That's
just about as good as it can ever look out of your hand here. The right stability, the right speed, everything. And this play suits the fairway the best. I don't think Gossage has got enough turn on his driver, but look at that. Getting through the initial corner is huge. He's going to have a look. Proctor up first, deep C2. Oh, great effort, right on line.
Yeah, the footing right there is really bad. It's really muddy, so it's tough to get your feet really involved.
The whole fairway is very soggy. A lot of dead brush piles all the way down. It made footing awkward if you went up there. Even on the green, it's a little bit soft. And Calvin coming up low, McBeth an opportunity to gain a stroke on the card. And he has got his first par streak of the round.
Maybe.
Yeah, no kidding. That actually...
It went a little ways.
Yeah, another 25 feet.
Like you, I thought it was way closer than that. But it does get steep over there.
These have not been tap-ins for Calvin today, but he does manage to clean up the par here on 10, as will James and Aaron.
Yeah, that was one of those stroke separators that Calvin really needed to put that one in.
For sure.
Because now he's starting to run out, and you're running out of holes against, guys who are just putting it in the basket.
You're not going to get too many opportunities. When you're 5 back, you got to take every single opportunity. I think it's got to be an 8 under for Calvin here on out, and he's going to need help.
Yep.
9 birdies on the day for the field. Anytime you have less than 10 birdies from the entire Disc Golf Pro Tour, you got yourself a really challenging hole.
I really like this hole.
I did too.
So Island Green, 364. I feel like it might play a little farther for some reason, just because of the angle you have to throw it on. You can't do like 364 straight at it. You have to work something from left to right, which means you're probably going slower, a slower disc, or you're throwing this power sidearm hyzer.
And Calvin, nice forehand there. It's going to stay. Yes, that is really good there. The best forehands that are safe away from that cypress maybe, or some kind of pine left. Oh, this is looking to be short right and OB. Yeah, way out of bounds. See, that's a common mistake that you see because people are trying to stay away from that bunker tree that hangs out over the hazard area on the left side of the pin. And by doing so, they over-hyzer the disc.
He's saying get down as well.
It's going to be pushing that right side.
He's living on the edge today.
He certainly is. And that's going to be mid C2.
Does this get stable? Yes. Wow, this is going to be great.
And the forehand specialist, Aaron Gossage, goes backhand turnover. He's got a great backhand. Let's not shortchange his backhand here, but
In
all
fact,
the other players go forehand.
Let's give him some extra change here.
Yeah, no doubt.
This was a beautiful flight. That's a buzz. It's a tough buzz shot. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It plays a little farther because, of course, 360, no problem for a buzz. But for some reason, this one, like, plays extra far.
And Proctor in danger of dropping his first stroke of the round. And a big opportunity here for McBeth to flip-flop the lead. If he makes a deep putt here, he will have the lead for the first time.
No.
Well, there will be a tie at the top. And Calvin does take advantage of the opportunity. He was 5 back. Now he is 3 back. That's what you got to do. Opportunities present themselves. Both Aaron and Calvin taking the only birdies on the card. That's amazing. This whole course is just on the family property here. Sievert Øverås out here designing a disc golf course before even having played the sport. And now the very first ever Elite Series Disc Golf Pro Tour event in his backyard. It's got to be a pretty special feeling.
Yeah, now we go into hole 12, hardest hole in the course, par 4, 696. That distance doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
There is a hyzer play at the corner of the tee pad over the trees on the right to get to that landing zone that we just flew over. Or you can play an overstable flex shot. You can also lay up sidearm and then pitch to the back edge of the OB on this front part. Look how small that window is. You have to be so precise. This is not precise.
Oh, but Calvin gets through everything, and I think he now has a pretty simple layup to the bottom of the hill. I don't see him going for the pin from back there, but maybe
He can.
He can? Okay.
But yeah, he might not, but he can. It's just such a specific shot. There's a lot of trees here. The tee pad isn't the best as well. You can see it like flopped up on the back right there.
I will give them some credit though. They did fix. Oh, here goes McBeth with a hyzer, and look at that, going tight hyzer line.
I think
the
that's
super
the best way to play.
And look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, what a shot. Now, they did come out mid-tournament and fix. There was a little bit of a drop-off on the end of the tee pad, and they flattened it out, so shout out to the committee who was in charge of that.
Uh-oh. That's tough to get to the landing zone. Now, I don't know what... McBeth could do a standstill sidearm from where he's at. But this is just a pitch backwards almost.
He's pitching backwards to pitch forward. He's already conceived the bogey at best.
Yep.
And look at what this hole can do to a player. James now has to work hard for the bogey. Oh, wow.
OB comes up really quick.
And this is just daylight for McBeth, who's now in prime position to get aggressive and potentially take 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 strokes from James right here on this hole.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad play. Wow, look at this escape shot. That is so good.
And you can hear the excitement from Gossage.
But I wouldn't be surprised if McBeth even laid up to the bottom because he doesn't have a run up from there.
Oh, Calvin is not laying up. And full flex, 1 step into the throw. Does this crash through?
No.
It does not, and I don't think he crossed over in bounds, so that's just going to be down to the bottom of the hill for Calvin.
Oh, I like this. He did have enough room to get a little power on it.
And he goes 1 step, and McBeth has landed it safe on the green. And if that's not what McBeth does, I don't know what is. He takes advantage of an opportunity like no one else.
So surprised those other guys didn't try the spike hyzer off the tee. It just seems like you take off a lot of ground.
Good work
back
there. What a par save for Gossage. He is pumped. As well he should be. Yeah, I like that play too. Just to get yourself the par. But look, McBeth played the hyzer play, and now he's got a putt for birdie. Calvin, meanwhile, needs to make that to save the bogey.
I mean, I was even looking at it. I don't throw that par, but just to beat the first set of trees and then scramble from
Huge.
there.
Yeah. It's certainly better than what Proctor had to deal with.
Yeah.
And this one's hyzering right side, and wow, good break, or good ground play, I should say. A good shot from Proctor. McBeth from edge of circle for birdie. What a birdie. Hole, for some reason, played easier in round 3 than it did any of the other rounds. Only a 4.79 average. I mean, I say only reluctantly because the days before it was averaging a stroke and a quarter above par.
Well, I also think the wind was a little up those other days. If you see that flag right there, it was constantly moving.
Good.
And it made the over-the-top play on the second shot super difficult.
And good putts from Proctor and Calvin to take the bogeys. But McBeth has now opened up a 2-shot lead with the final 6 holes to go.
Just like that, man.
Just like that.
And Proctor had a 2-stroke lead pretty early in this round. And it's gone.
And he's not even playing poorly. He's just taking
not at all.
2 bogeys in a row hurts. It's always going to hurt you. But those are 2 holes where bogey sneaks up on you super quick. Hole 13, hyzer tee pad, or hyzer tee shot. You want to kind of get it going straight for a while, but it eventually goes back up the hill to the left. I think the play is going to be just a straight driver that finishes a bit left. You can go right, but then you can find yourself in the trees, and you don't want to do that. McBeth has got plenty of height here.
Does he have the distance though, or is a lot of people are just playing it into those trees like over there early with the big hyzer? Yeah.
He's kind of beat all the problems that present itself if you come up short on the left side.
Yeah, I figured they would be trying to go down the fairway, but a lot of the players all just throw it into the woods here.
Yeah.
Which I never did.
It's kind of open and leaky on that inside left side, but you're also playing with the possibility of going OB left. This is more of what I
figured everybody would be doing.
This looks to be right in the same place as the others.
Yeah.
Minus the little tiny rollback, but that still should be a pretty manageable hyzer approach for Calvin. Proctor getting that thing to flip up just a tiny bit. Mostly hyzer the whole way though, and surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Calvin going forehand.
Yeah, see, it is kind of
okay.
If you get in that little bunch of trees to the right, then you're kind of donezo. But earlier left, like where these guys ended up, possibly you do have the hyzer, the inside hyzer. Yeah.
Yeah, Proctor's he's got a straight line at it.
But it's just like
pulls that, and he does not really have an opportunity to make a mistake like that right now with McBeth primed for another birdie and a 2-stroke lead. Gossage just barely missing that one. A little bit too tight to go all the way around. And look what McBeth has left. Just an open hyzer pitch.
Beauty.
And the only person with a guaranteed birdie is the leader of the tournament. Puts extra pressure on everyone trying to chase, including this man here. You think he's trying to ring that up?
Yeah. I think he's got a safe backstop back there.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron needs something to go.
Just not quite able to capture that round 2 magic today. A little slow for Gossage. Calvin. Just doing it, man. Just having the best and worst putting rounds in the same round. Just nailing them from 60 feet and out, and then missing 6 inside the circle the same round. How do you do that? I don't know. Making life easy on himself. McBeth, another birdie. What is he to par right now? He's only missed like 4 holes. Is he 9? He's 9 under right now. Course record's 10, and we still have 5 holes to play.
With a 3-hole par streak, smacked right in the middle. I mean,
and those are all putts, long putts, but
yeah.
he had putts on all of those holes, and wow.
Safe to say he's throwing the disc well.
Yeah, yep.
Here's what you have to do on this one. 407.
Last par 3.
Yep, it's a tough one. It's a forehand flip up kind of, like a low forehand flip up, or it's a really tricky backhand turnover.
So this is the same disc that he threw on hole 5, and you're asking if it was a mid-range or a driver, and it looks like
must be driver.
Looks like I still don't know, but I think it did have a driver rim shape. We already know what this is from Calvin. Going with this trusty champion eagle.
I saw a lot of people doing this too, just throwing it straight into the woods. And then you're left with a circle 1 almost right at circle 2.
Not that long of a putt.
Yeah.
Aaron, is this overturned? It is. You almost have to break the forehand right off the left side of that first tree and then kind of have it straightening out as it goes down the fairway. That bushy tree definitely takes away any sort of hyzer opportunities. Proctor into the slightest bit of headwind, turns it over a bit too much, comes up short, and he's kind of been missing the mark for the last 5 or 6 holes.
Ooh, flipped up. I don't know if we like that flip up.
Kind of in a similar place to where Calvin's drive ended up. This would be something. Low ceiling, 55 feet.
Oh, that ain't doing it.
Oh, wow. Pushes the entire height of the ceiling. Ended up pushing it too high.
Yeah, it seemed like that was more of a zinger putt he needed. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
an Annie.
I'm surprised to see him float it.
Yep.
Not surprised to see Proctor float it. That is his style from that range, and that time coming up short and left. And another opportunity for Calvin to get one on the card, and he takes advantage of it. And just like exactly how you would imagine Calvin Heimburg would do it, the last 7 holes have been cleaned up nicely, minus that 1 bogey on the hardest hole.
Pretty good cleanup for bogey, too.
Yeah.
Haven't gone out of bounds on the second shot. Not an easy one.
And Proctor hasn't smelled a birdie for the last 45 minutes of play.
Happens back here. These holes are tough.
Yeah, the back 9 is tricky. It just keeps you on your toes. It's like hyzer shot, straight shot, long shot, short shot. It's like a little bit of everything, and it keeps you definitely on your toes. McBeth's 3-shot lead is still good right now, 4 over Heimburg. It looks like that podium is starting to separate a little bit in favor of Calvin as well. This is probably, this is the second most difficult hole on the course, I should say. 4.5 stroke average. Big tee shot or a layup between that pinch. I think these guys are going to try to go long to set up somewhere in the range of 350 to 375 on the approach. This is a super hard hole. Common miss we see is OB left.
This is so good.
Just nailed, just perfect. Past the 150 marker, 150 meters that is. Biggest decision is, do you go straight here or do you force the ante outside the left side of that tree? McBeth trusting the straight shot. Not a well, actually he got to the 150 meters. I thought that was going to come up shorter than that.
That was a lot of power, yeah. That was a great flight out of him. He got it turned over. I like the turnover.
I do too.
I like...
Gossage likes the turnover, and is this coming back enough? If it is, this is just crushed.
Should be far enough to where it's fine.
That is just obliterated.
He'll have a standstill sidearm from there.
Yeah, that's huge tee shot.
Is this understable enough? Looks like it.
I don't think it's going to get a big skip. Yeah, just a flat skip. That's just fine. Proctor up first.
Needs it.
Yeah, this is in the 400 range.
Definitely running out of holes. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Best I've ever seen, I think. Coming from the hyzer, yeah.
I don't think I've seen any backhand from 400 feet on this green stay up on top.
You see how relieved he is. He's just like, finally, a birdie.
It's been a while.
Beth going 2-finger flick over the left OB. Is this, needs a swing?
I think this is the best shot coming into the green for these guys.
Yeah.
And McBeth slides that one up to 25 feet. Beautiful. Has enough distance, it should be great, and it's going to skip up over the wall. That'll put Calvin right at the 25-foot mark. And eventually getting up to Aaron Gossage's blast-off moonshot.
He has a zone in. Zone hyzer.
You're not going to see anyone play zone in on this hole, aside from just a few people. That is just...
Aside from him, but this is not easy.
No. That is a very frustrating par after that great drive. McBeth just on fire, man.
Yeah, he's
10 under
a
now.
little ridiculous right now on this course. I mean, he's 10 under with holes to play. That's the course record, guys. Remember that. This is an elite series.
I know.
And 10 under is the record.
And I mean, he's got the swag going for him. He just came off of winning Skellefteå the week before. He won the Sweden Open. He's got momentum going on his side, and now he's going against the Pro Tour field, who's finally made it over here to join him here in Europe, and he's trying to prove that he hasn't lost anything.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
all the whispers of, oh, soft field.
Yeah.
Wait till the tour comes over here, and now he's dropping a little course record on you.
I mean, just look at his score compared to the rest of those numbers on the leaderboard there. It's just nothing's even close to the 10 mark.
No.
Like you said, holes to play.
But I mean, 16's a 2-stroke swing hole. It's a tough one. Even you can get some unlucky rolls as well. It's not guaranteed to just land a perfect shot. You see the fairway. There's out of bounds on both sides the whole entire way. 607 feet. A lot of these short par fours, you think easy. They're not.
4.41 average.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a brutal hole average.
Yep. Oh, this needs help.
I think someone mentioned that Calvin drove it pin high last year, but I'm not sure. But this hole is drivable for the big arms because it goes back downhill.
Heard the same thing about Conrad.
Maybe it was Conrad. McBeth is up high.
Smart.
Yeah, I mean, he stays away from danger. There is OB on the right side, but McBeth
Really
is,
far up there.
Yeah, really far up there.
Proctor needs to light this tee shot up.
This is in danger of kicking off trees, and it does, but actually,
Wow.
it puts him on the left side of the OB line. If he's close enough to the OB line, it might just be a forehand pitch hyzer. It's actually not a bad spot to be on that left side. It's just you don't want to play it over there intentionally.
This is a great tee shot. Oh, really great.
Wow. And you can see that OB line, Aaron Gossage pushing it to the limit.
Oh, and he's going Anheuser.
Backhand Annie. Wow, this is a lot of trust here from Proctor. Is this going to keep turning?
Yes. Yes. Keep going. Height. Needs height.
Oh, no.
It kept turning too much, and that's it. I mean, he's got to rethrow.
He's throwing from about 10 feet in front, and now
He's got to lay up.
this is 375.
Oh, he's not laying up.
It's 375, but it's downhill. And there is Proctor's forehand coming to the rescue once again, but
Why didn't he do that the first
I
time?
don't really know. It's just a safe shot from up there. But Proctor, if McBeth puts this one close, I mean, door shut.
He's done this before a few times.
Who else has their disc come in so well with the speed control with a driver and a fairway driver?
I don't know, but I'm going to say I think that was a misrelease by Paul. He went around the tree on the OB line right there. It looked like he went around it. I don't think that's the play. So he
Okay.
might have got away with a little something right there.
Well,
But either way, he's parked.
he can get away with it, whatever he wants right now, because he's got a chance for a birdie, which would...
Unless I saw that wrong, but I think he went right on the right side of that tree.
We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll know. We'll just rewind it right after we're done talking about this stuff. There's another miss there.
Speaking of rewind, it's been a rewind of the front nine for Calvin with a low missed putt.
Why would you do that to him? He hasn't made much all day, and then you want to
Finally plays the hole so well. Eesh. Left side, I suppose, but yeah. That's got to stay in.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to stay in. Nothing more brutal
Good
than...
night. I mean, 17 is just
Yeah.
too easy, and 18 that you can play for par pretty easily as well.
No, it's... McBeth is... It's his tournament to win at this point. And that's going to give him a 5-shot lead.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, you could try to make up any drama you want out of here. We're talking about one of the greatest players of all time.
Well, it would be different if we had an island hole or something
Yeah,
like that, but
for
we,
sure.
we definitely don't. I think 18 is an island.
I mean, also,
Wait, no, just...
it kind of feels like it in
Yeah.
a way, but I mean, the guy's on course record now, as long as he doesn't drop any strokes.
But you know what he wants to do.
Second place
he
is
wants
at
to
4 under for the round.
destroy
Oh,
these
for
guys.
sure.
He does not even thinking about laying up any of these holes. He
There's like
wants to just...
mental moves made for next week's tournament.
Yeah.
He's doing right now. He's actually like playing these next 2 holes as if it were the European Open. Hole 17, par 4. Just a pitch up forehand around the corner, and then just do the same thing again. You can even go backhand turnover from there. It's just a straight uphill climb where you're throwing the disc from the tee away from the basket and then back to the basket. Unlike any hole I've ever played before.
Really like the hole. Only critique would be put the right side by
OB.
the basket. OB.
Make it OB on
And
the right
that's
side.
it.
Yeah.
And I think
idea
I think
too.
this could stand the test of time.
Yeah, for sure. I think you could even do an inside OB and kind of wrap it and like really force the shape of the C. Or the U, depending on where you're looking at the hole from.
Yeah.
Calvin, that's good enough. You really want to get far right. If you come up short on the hillside, it's going to make your second shot quite tricky. Like you don't want to throw it so much up as you do want to cut the corner to the right. Those are both really nice.
That was moon chasing right there. That was so high. How many does Proctor? Proctor doesn't have any. Who's he tied with? Eagle would it have to be
No,
from the second card?
Calvin.
Calvin came back to tie him.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Calvin's just been kind of
Birdieing.
plugging away.
Oh, wow.
Look at that shape unravel. That is just so pretty to watch him trust that late turn.
Aaron's sitting in a tie for 9th right here, so he would love an insurance birdie.
Yeah, especially after that unfortunate cut through.
Another tricky
Yeah,
one.
Low ceiling putt coming for the straddle putter.
There's that understable mid-range.
Just stop it. That just the way he's kind of in that groove right now just reminds me of just prime McBeth. I mean, this is prime McBeth.
Yeah.
But we're seeing what we saw for so long, what we got used to seeing for so long, where he just got the lead and just put a strangle on the field.
Yeah. Big putt here from Proctor.
Nice putt.
How is Calvin tied with?
I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand it.
I mean, I called it kind of early that he just knows how to score, but then I'm like annoyed. I was hoping it was.
Off the cage and in to remain tied. It's just how
Like Proctor
legitimately
has played really good.
Legitimately, he has missed
And he
8
has
putts
played
this round.
awful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go, Goose. Good putt.
Explain to me how one can miss 8 putts and be tied for second place.
He's so good off the tee.
I just don't get it. Yeah, at one point, not that long ago, Proctor had 5 shots on Calvin.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, Calvin's got a birdie to rest to get back there. Well, a couple of bogeys from Proctor, a couple birds from Heimburg, and there you go. They're tied for second right now. 3 shots over McBeth as they head into the final hole. A beautiful 18. Not that long of a par 4, but it is very tricky.
Yeah, 636. There's a landing zone short. Not sure if anybody's going to take that. Most of these guys are going to play power forehand around that guardian tree on the right to set up about a 300 to 320, maybe even 280 into the pin.
Mm-hmm.
And look at it, it's on a dang tractor. It's really narrow corridor to get into the green as well. Speed controls big time with your upshot. This is looking perfect.
Yeah, just got to get around the tree, and McBeth has done so. And give him a little roll forward. Why not?
Might as well.
Let the man get to 13 under and just shatter the course
13?
record.
Is that what he's going to get to?
If he birdies, if he feels like he wants the birdie, what's stopping him?
This is not looking great.
And Calvin,
That's
by being
buried
short,
over there.
that opens up a big time opportunity for Proctor to put a good tee shot here and get himself into position to take solo second.
No, this as well. Oh, he's so powerful.
I tell you what, no one else is throwing a forehand that looks like that and gets past that tree. That tree is kind of far off the tee.
Really far.
Proctor, look at this trust. He's been throwing
So
this well
good.
all week. Look at that
those
backdrop.
mountains.
Just incredible
Beautiful.
stuff. I mean, that is a 430-foot forehand. That was incredible, if not more.
Oh, Calvin's got a little way in here. Okay, not dead yet.
He's definitely not laying up with Proctor in position.
It's not going to work.
He's going Sailtown. This is going...
He's got a tap in over there, though. It looked like he crossed.
Yeah.
He hit that.
Yeah, I think he does. He crosses right
Not a
there.
tap in. What is that, 25 with a meter?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's certainly not a tap in today for
Yeah.
him. He's not making all of his putts, but par is most likely the score he'll be looking at. McBeth going Spike Heiser. Yeah, whatever. He gets the tap out birdie. Whew, what a round. I didn't think we were going to see someone get near the 30 under mark the way that the scores were kind of developing through, but McBeth laying down the 13 under today, going to get to 29. That's going to be close. It's OB left. Huge shot for Proctor here. To get solo second place, he needs to get this one inbounds. Great touch.
Beautiful shot right there.
Great tournament for Proctor. Not the back nine he was looking for, but a great tournament nonetheless. And this is a provisional, I believe.
Yeah, he's not sure that he crossed.
Yeah, he wants to just go ahead and throw that shot there. Doesn't want to walk backwards. We'll find out he never crossed inbounds, but yes, he didn't cross up there by the green. So now this putt is for par. Solid putt. Solid finish once again. Calvin Heimburg, podium. Proctor makes his putt. Calvin will finish in third place. If not, he will tie for second. Gossage's bogey putt is in.
It's a good putt.
And a top 10 finish for Aaron Gossage. And Proctor taking the birdie, finishing solo second, and they weren't even just showing McBeth respect by putting out first. McBeth is quite literally the closest player to the basket. That is a heck of a way to finish the tournament off. You don't see many players winning by 5 strokes on tour. McBeth has just done that. And there's your on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul McBeth!
And there's the reigning champion handing the axe to the new champion.
Paul, first Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series event in Europe. You take it down with a 13 under par final round. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling great. I felt like 13 was possible. The weather worked out well. You know, James put on an early pace that I had to keep up with, so he pushed me a lot early. I think that really helped me get to 13. Played with him yesterday as well, and he was just on fire, especially with those tunnel shots, and his putting was on point. In my mind, I just had to keep pace and wait for my opportunities. I think this course with the OB, like we just played here on 18, is kind of similar to what the Beast has on a couple holes, and I feel like I'm throwing very similar discs to what I'll be throwing next week. So I feel like I'm dialed in with that, with the fairway game, the distance drivers, carrying them over some trees, and I just really need to dial in the putting. I know I shot 13, but I didn't hit any circle 2 putts, and I had quite a few out there.
Well, congratulations on your first Elite Series event of the year. Any final words for the people watching at home?
It's going to be exciting next week. Thank you.
You know he's looking to reclaim that title here at the European Open.
When players like that, you know, you get to win, you ain't even thinking about this place.
Yeah,
You know?
he'll enjoy it for 10 minutes.
He straight goes to the conversation about
yeah.
the European Open.
Yeah.
That's the type of player he is. He
Yeah.
wants those majors, but this is a nice little bonus for the guy. Look at that, 13 under par.
Look at that Paul Ulibarri sighting right there at 11th place. A great tournament for you, my friend.
Yeah, best tournament in a while. That was fun.
Also captured my first top 15 finish in a Disc Golf Pro Tour, but I can't wait to come back.
Yeah.
I want more for this course. This place was great. McBeth, first Elite Series or major win in 314 days. I think it's now 13 straight years with a win on the Elite Series or major. 58th win of that category in his career. Just incredible stuff.
Goat stuff.
Yeah. And speaking of goats, we want to thank our Patreon. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week in Nokia, Finland
Enjoyed it.
for the European Open.
Thank you, Norway.